What's up, everybody? It is your sis and your friend Crystal Cross right here on the evening edition of the Morning Jam. You guys, I am here with the one and only Dexter Tucker. What's going on, Dex?
Nothing much. How you doing, Crystal?
I'm doing great, wonderful, especially being here with you in the A1. We all here, the A1, not the A2, because you know they say Arkansas is A2.
Really? Okay.
So what's been going on? How you doing?
I'm good. Trying to stay out the way. Stay out the way with all that's going on in the world right now. So.
Exactly. I know what you mean. So let's just talk about Dexter Tucker for just a little bit and just tell the people what's going on. So let's take it back to the beginning. Mm-hmm. So let's tell me just a little bit about Dexter Tucker.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, raised on the east side of Atlanta, Decatur. And I've done quite a few things before I settled into entertainment. That's probably, I call myself a jack of all trades. I have a trucking business. I've been in real estate business, and then I started doing stand-up comedy. And but my first love has always been filmmaking. Mm-hmm. A lot of people may not know that, but that's what I was trying to get to. The acting and the filmmaking is what I really enjoy. I would almost do for free. So, the comedy got me into the acting, and now I'm making films.
Well, that's wonderful. So in all of that, you've been in movies? You've already been, have you been in any plays?
Oh, yeah. I've been in several movies, several plays. I really enjoy plays. Plays they're different, If they paid more, I would love to do that for a living because, it's a lot of fun working with a lot of different people and doing something live every night. It's just that it never really paid a lot for me, and they like to rehearse a lot. So.
You don't like the rehearsal a lot, huh, Dexter?
It just didn't add up, didn't add up. The rehearsals versus the pay didn't add up. Yeah. But it's a lot of fun.
Well, that's good. For me, I would love to get into that. For me, just to get a little taste of it, just a little bit, and see how it goes. Yeah, so don't forget about your sister and your friend, okay?
I got you. I can introduce you to some people right now.
Okay, awesome. I look forward to it. So, with telling us about Dexter Tucker, I know you're here in Atlanta and everything that's going on. So, what about the quarantine? So, how have you been handling that?
Personally, I've been fine as far as staying at home, and I get a little bored every now and then, and I have teenage girls. So, trying to keep them in the house, that's been a challenge. So yeah.
So what about? I know you say you have the little girls, the teenage girls. So did you have to?
Outgrown now.
Oh, okay. So they're not in school or anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're both in college.
Oh, okay. So did you have to tell them, hey, did y'all get your work done with them been in college? Because most of the colleges had to close down due to the virus and stuff. Did you have to become a teacher for just a little bit?
Nah, I can't. No, I would check on them and make sure they're doing it, but they're pretty.
They're pretty responsible for all that.
Yeah, I got a straight A student, and the other one, she's A's and B's as well.
Well, that's wonderful.
Yeah, so they're pretty good with school.
Well, I have at the time an 11th grader, so I had to become the mom and the teacher, and it was pretty tough. So I had to my son's name KJ. KJ, did you do your work? Oh yeah, Mom, did my work. But then when I go online to check, son, you didn't turn these in, or I'll get a call because I'm in a small town, so everybody teachers calling Miss Cross, KJ hadn't turned this in, so I'm going home son, you just said you did this work. What is going on? He's 17, so he's with his friends online playing the game and different stuff like that. So for me, it was totally different with the quarantine.
Boys and the girls, I didn't have to do too much of that, but
yes, girls are so much more responsible than boys.
Yeah, there's another side to that too.
See, and that's
teenage
why
girls are nutty than a fruitcake. Yes, they are.
That's why I'm so glad God knew exactly what I needed, and that was a boy. Sending Crystal across the boy was a blessing. So I thank God for just being, and having a son where he's, I hadn't been in any trouble during the quarantine and everything, being say, hey, I need to get out here with my friends and stuff. So they haven't been with their friends.
To get the kids to keep it, to take it serious.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
Let them know that it's real, because at that age, and I can remember, we feel invincible.
Yeah.
You know, and then they think they know everything. Oh,
Exactly.
Dad, that's nothing. And it's just like a flu. And I'm like, who are you listening to?
Right.
People dying for real out here.
Exactly. They don't know the intensity of the sickness and the virus that's taking place.
So who knows? You know, because they
Right.
come out with different information every day. So
Every day.
You just have to play it safe at that point.
Yeah. And with me being in the medical field, I'm at the point of, oh my goodness, I'm tired of it. Let's just get back to the norm, or is there going to be a norm? Do you ever think it's going to get back to that?
Well, I mean, I started doing a little history lesson and see that this is not the first time. It's not the first plague or pandemic that we've been through, even though they spread out like every 100 years or something. But they got back to normal eventually. So I guess if people stop getting sick at a high rate and dying, then it'll start to ease back.
Yeah.
I hate I'm about to miss my football season though, because
I know, right?
Big Falcon fan. I like to go to the games and travel to the games. If I can't go, that's gonna really throw me for a loop.
So you don't like you need to be a Cowboys fan.
Who?
Did you just say who?
This interview is over.
You can't be over with the Cowboys. The Cowboys.
And then if you didn't say Cowboys, you probably would have said the Saints, and those are two teams I can't stand.
No, sir, I would never said the Saints. Dex, you got me mixed up. Never the Saints, that's for sure.
We're good. That's really my arch rival.
Definitely a Cowboys fan.
I'm not gonna blame you for that because you from Arkansas and y'all don't have a team, so. Yeah, they used to be America's team. A lot of people got mixed up in that mess. So yeah, I understand. They were on TV every week. The Cowboys were on TV every week on NBC, so I can understand why a lot of people just chose them. But you didn't know no better. It's okay. But you got on red and black today, so there might be some hope for you yet.
True. But I don't think I'll lean to the Falcons at all. I'm sorry.
You will after we win the Super Bowl.
Okay, so we're going to move on because I can't handle you talking about the Cowboys.
We're not going to get along. We're going to agree to disagree on that one.
Agree to disagree.
There you go.
Exactly. So in the filmmaking, so how did you just now do your first film, or have you been doing it for a while? So
no, when did I do my first one? I say I've been doing this for the last 10 years, but my first film, I did a comedy called the Comedy Club Movie, and I used a lot of comedians in the Atlanta area and some from Chicago and New York as well. And I used all the up-and-coming comedians, and I was just trying to give them another platform because at the time, we didn't have Def Comedy Jam or all the platforms anymore. So I was like, we'll make some movies and put ourselves out there. So they all came and supported it. But then when I went and shopped it, I was still getting, well, who's in it? Who do you have? And I didn't have any really big name stars at the time, but since then, a lot of those guys have grown a lot. So I had a problem selling it. So a partner of mine, which is my only partner now, at that time I had like 3 partners, he came up with the idea to shoot a horror film. He had a script he was working on. I was like, you know what? That's a good idea because we don't have to go find a big name star for that. Nobody never asked who's the star in a horror film, and it's like a mystery. So we got together and finished the script. And we shot Jimmy, Did You Get One? And that's probably the smartest thing I did to propel my career because we put it in film festivals and I'm winning a film festival. And then we got distribution offers. So I ended up going to get the distribution deal. And now I was getting ready to shoot part 2 before this pandemic came. So that's where I am right now in between part 1 and part 2. And yeah, Jimmy, Did You Get One is out. It was the first outlet was Amazon Prime, and last time I checked this, it's in about 20 outlets all over the world, and it's in Target stores and stuff like that. So,
well, that's awesome. Well, congratulations on that. I love seeing my brothers out here doing and working hard and just hustling. We work day to day doing what we got to do, and to survive. So
stay with it.
Yeah, I commend you on that. So thank you for being the one and only Dexter Tucker out here doing the thing. So right here with your sister and your friend Crystal Cross, Dexter Tucker, you guys, I'm so proud of you guys. And when I look even here at the G-Wade radio, studio, I'm just so proud of what the young black men in this community is doing in Atlanta. And you just said that you come from a protest too. So let's talk about that for just a little bit.
Yeah, I just came from a protest. That's why I'm kind of dressed down. I would have came in here sharp. But, I was downtown Atlanta. today they were protesting for a young man by the name of Kendrick Johnson, who was murdered in Valdosta, Georgia, and they tried to cover it up because the top two suspects, two other students, they supposedly jumped on him, and their father is in the FBI. But what happened is he was found rolled up in a gym mat, like a wrestling mat, the next day after he went missing. And then they tried to say, well, it was an accident. He did it himself. He crawled into the mat looking for a tennis shoe, trying to retrieve his tennis shoe. It was just crazy. And then the school had cameras. And then when they got the cameras, they had just chopped up the footage, just chopped it up so bad.
That's terrible.
Like ridiculous cover-up that anybody can see as a cover-up. And then by the time his family got to the morgue, they had already taken out his organs, stuffed him with newspaper.
Oh, my God.
Nobody has been arrested. So that case, the Kendrick Johnson case and the Trayvon Martin case, they just stick with me so much because growing up in Atlanta during the child murder era, that's when I grew up. So, I lived so much of my life like in fear and on guard that I know stuff like that is real. So those two cases right there, I can't let go. And when I heard they were doing a protest today, I got my butt up and went on down there.
Yeah, just had to show some support and love.
Yeah, I marched with them and listened to the speakers and everything. And it was cool. And if they do it again, I'll be there again because something has to be done. I mean, if one of us can get killed like that and they get away with it, then who's next?
Yeah,
you got
exactly.
a son, I got nephews, and, we all have children. And even me, grown man like Aubrey wasn't don't let me forget my man's name. Ahmaud Aubrey just got killed down in it's part of Georgia too, Brunswick, Georgia. Yeah, and then of course
George Floyd.
He just got killed up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So
and it just hits me really different because of my 17-year-old. And my 17-year-old is not this huge guy. He's just slim and thin. So I can't imagine like three guys on him and like one on his neck or even just rolled up in because he's in athletics too. So I can't imagine that happening to my son as well.
They just get away with it. They're not even nobody's getting punished. So they think they can keep doing it. And something has to be done because it's the young people are getting tired of it. They're starting to react, and even the young white people. I think that the young white people, like I just marched with a lot of them today. I think that hip hop has made them not as prejudiced or feel so alienated from black people because they've been listening to it their whole life, and now they feel like, okay, these kids are just like us. They're not that bad. Right. They, I almost feel like they got some black friends, even if they don't, from listening to hip hop. And it's just different. The races, they're not a big demographic as they used to be. Right.
And I can attest to that too because my son, most of his friends are white. We live in a 90% white population where I am in Batesville, Arkansas, and we just got a handful of black people. So most of his friends are white. So he goes over to his white friends' houses and they, just hang out, have fun, come back home. But me as a mom, as a black mom, still have that,
you have to always be
always says, son, make sure, have that, think. You set your drink down, even now, even as your friends are your friends, you set your drink down, throw it away, don't come back at it. Or watch what, even in that, as a mom, I do.
Yeah, what about the police, though?
Oh, yes. My son actually does not drive yet. He's one of those kids where, let me tell you what happened. My son, friends got into a accident. It was like 5 or 6 of them in a Mustang, if you can imagine. They had an accident while it was raining, and the kid lost control. One was head got chopped off. Oh my God. The other one was split, laying on the ground. So there was multiple, and even one survived. I think maybe 2 survived, and they were come out with One was like disabled, where he can't even walk, or he's learning everything all over again. And I think that took effect on him. And then he had multiple other friends that was in car. So that's why he hadn't say, Mom, he wanted to take a test one time and just missed it by 4. So he hasn't tried since then. So I think that's more of holding him back.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that could be traumatizing.
Yeah, it is. So, and a lot of, kids do crazy things. I wouldn't even say stupid stuff out here, which we do. They do. So, and that has kept him from. So basically, I take him everywhere, so I don't have to worry about a cop like, hey. And then a certain amount of things I do have to worry, because if they pull me over, they see him in there, they may want to start something. But in the area that I live in, all the cops know who the kids and the parents are. So it's just a 10,000 population where I live. So
small town living.
That's what it is. That's small town living.
It's so different because I grew up in Atlanta. I went to a black elementary school, a black high school. I even went to a black college. So I didn't even have to deal with that type of stuff until I got into the workforce. And for a long time, I didn't have to deal with it for a long time. But just growing up during the child murder era, I always felt like I had to avoid getting locked up. It's like they were trying to send me to prison. I don't even know why I felt like that, but I felt like that my whole life.
Wow.
Like I was just avoiding.
Just dodging everything,
dodging getting in trouble, dodging this, dodging that. Well, it worked. I mean, I didn't get in trouble.
Look at you now.
I didn't get in trouble.
Well, we thank you, Dexter. Right here, being on the Morning Jam with your sister and your friend Crystal Cross. We're going to talk about now your entertainment company. So you said your shirt you have on right there. So tell us about that.
Today by coincidence. This Off Glenwood Entertainment is my company. My partner's company is Snap That Entertainment, and we do most stuff together in conjunction. But off Glenwood, Glenwood is a street that goes from East Atlanta all the way to Decatur. And all my life, just up until recently, I lived somewhere off Glenwood. Somewhere off Glenwood. Glenwood is long. It's a long street. So I said, off Glenwood. It's a little play on off Broadway, off Glenwood. So I called my company Off Glenwood. But I've been doing a lot. I shot a reality show. I shot a couple of movies. We shoot music videos, anything people need that I enjoy it. And I still go around doing stand-up comedy as well all over the country.
Well, that's awesome. So what would you say to a young black man that's trying to reach the destination where you are right now in life?
I would say figure out what you want to do early as possible. A lot of times people don't figure it out till later. Like I said, one of the things I did was I was trying to do a little bit of everything. And that's good because I always kept a little money, but it's bad because I think back and say, what if you had stuck with that? What if you had stuck with that? The sooner you figure out how to do something and you can work another job and still, just say for instance you want to make film, you can work a job and make film, but if you figure that out, say at 18, 19, 20, at 25, look how much experience you have.
Exactly, yeah.
And those years go fast. So from 20 to 25, you've been doing this 5 years. You know how to do some stuff. So stick with it. Figure out what you would do for free and what you love to do. And then if one day, if you're lucky enough to do that for a living, you won.
Wow.
As far as I'm concerned.
That's great. Great, advice for someone that's wanting to reach where you are. I know that I look at you when I seen you the first time, I was like, wow, okay, so this is Dexter Tucker. He's out here doing the thing, working, and I don't want to bring up your brother, but Chris Tucker is out here doing his thing, and Dexter Tucker is even out here grinding as well. So we appreciate you and all that you do. So right here with your sis and your friend, you guys, we're gonna end this. And Dexter, I thank you. So let's just end this one last question. So let everybody know where they can connect with you, connect with your entertainment company and all that.
You can find me on Instagram at Dexter Tucker _1. My Facebook page, Dexter Tucker. I do have a DexterTucker.com. And you can look for Jimmy Did You Get One? You can just Google it and see where you can find it. I know it's definitely on Amazon Prime. And it may be on some other things as well because they add stuff every day. Jimmy, did you get one?
Okay, you guys, right here with Dexter Tucker, your assistant, your friend Crystal Cross. You can connect with me on Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter, Facebook as well. Connect with me on www.crystala.cross@gmail.com. Yes, you guys, we'll talk to you soon. Peace, guys. Bye.